Excalidraw scripts are becoming increasingly powerful. Special thanks to Jing Chun-Lei for contributing many useful scripts to the library. Today, I want to demonstrate some of the cool new features of the script engine and show you the type of scripts available in the store today. Let's start with an example. Since version 1.5.21, the script engine supports settings via the Obsidian plugin settings window. I'm going to use a combination of 4 scripts from the script library to draw the process explaining the use of script settings. I'll create the first step in the process using the Add Next Step in Process script. This script takes a text input and adds a sticky note to the canvas. If an element is selected when running the script, it will create an arrow pointing from the selected element to the new element. For easier access, I have configured a hotkey for this script using Obsidian hotkeys. The new element will copy the style of the selected element. Thus, if you make changes to how your process step looks, the next step will follow these changes. The properties of the arrow, such as the starting and ending arrowhead, and the number of points on the arrow can be configured in settings. Also, the number of characters in a line and the distance from the previous step can be configured. The Change Shape of Selected Elements script prompts me with options for the new shape. I can change the rectangle to a diamond to represent a decision step in the process. Then I use the Connect Elements script to add a backward arrow to the Open Obsidian plugin settings process step. Now I need to move the 2 anchor points to the side where I want the arrow to run and can use Jing's elbow connectors to organize the line. As you can see, the right scripts can greatly improve your productivity using Obsidian. As a reminder, the Excalidraw script store is available by clicking the Store button in the top right of the Excalidraw window. There are already many scripts in the library. Note also that when a script in your vault has an update available, a button will appear next to it in the list. Pressing this will update the script in your vault from the library. Each script in the library comes with a short description and a small image explaining the purpose of the script. As of today, there are 33 scripts in the library. I access scripts in 3 different ways. I have configured hotkeys for the frequently used scripts, such as the ones demonstrated earlier. Darken background color and Lighten background color are 2 additional scripts by Jing that I also have on a hotkey, because I use them every day. They, plus the Modify background color opacity, are essential tools in your Excalidraw toolkit. The superpower of Modify background color opacity script is that only the background color's opacity is changed, the rest not. See how the line color stays vibrant in the first example, but not in the second. There is a limit to how many hotkeys I'm able to memorize. Luckily, in Obsidian, there's a plugin for everything. The Customizable Page Header plugin allows you to configure command palette actions as buttons in your window header. Split Text by Lines splits a text element with multiple lines of text into separate text elements. Convert selected text elements to sticky notes converts text elements so you can resize them and enjoy the benefits of text wrapping. Let's add the OCR, Optical Character Recognition script to the header. You can do this by opening Settings and adding a command. I need to select the OCR script from the list and choose an icon from the many available. After you are finished with settings, you need to close and reopen Excalidraw for the new icon to show. Let's run the OCR on the screenshot I inserted earlier. As you can see, the service extracted a lot of text from the image. Note that I have a dedicated video on OCR on my channel. Other practical scripts I use regularly include zoom to fit selected elements and reverse arrows. The reverse arrows script will simply swap the arrow start and arrow end of selected arrows. Sometimes I would need a different grid size for drawing. The set grid script lets me change the grid size to any value I want. I'd like to show you one more script from the page header. This is the add link and open page, inspired by one of the comments on YouTube in response to my recent video on fantasy maps of content. Let's add a map to our drawing using the Excalidraw command palette action to add an image from the vault. Then let's add a map pin from the stencil library. Finally, when I click Add Link and Open Page, I can select a file from my vault and attach it as a link to the selected object, the pin in this case. I could also add a new file just the same way, only instead of selecting a file from the vault, I would need to press Escape on the file name suggester. Finally, I have some other scripts that I use less frequently and access via the command palette. One example is the set stroke width script, which is handy especially when resizing freehand drawn images. As you can see, using the properties panel, I cannot set a thinner line. Set stroke width allows me to specify a custom value, in this case 0.5. In closing, I want to show you one final script. This is the create new markdown file and embed into active drawing script. This will prompt you for a file name, then create and open that file. You could use this approach to embed a formatted table or some source code into your drawing. Note, however, that the look and feel of the inserted table will largely depend on the markdown CSS you've set in Excalidraw settings. I will include a link to my Excalidraw markdown CSS file in the video description. I hope this short video triggered your interest and you will experiment with some of the scripts. The whole concept is still very much in the minimum viable product phase, but with feedback and contribution of simple automation scripts from the community, I believe the script library has the potential of growing into a very powerful resource for all Excalidraw Obsidian users. Thank you.